Hello, my name is Dr. Dewan S. Raja. Today I will discuss about the histology of the plasma membrane, also called cell membrane. This is composed of phospholipid bilayers. So we have one layer is here. This is phospholipid. Another phospholipid is here. We have two layers of phospholipids. The phospholipid bilayer contains cholesterol and protein. We have the cholesterol here, and protein. We have the integral protein, peripheral protein, and we have also connection of carbohydrate. Okay, carbohydrate may be connected to that of the protein, or it may be connected to the phospholipid. Okay. So it forms a selective permeable boundary of the cell. So if we go there, what are the functions of cell membrane? It acts as a physical barrier and encloses the cell contents, regulates the active and passive movement of the molecules into and out of the cell. Active movement needs energy, passive movement don't need energy, but facilitated diffusion need the help of the protein, maintains electrical charge difference across the plasma membrane, and the cell membrane also have another function to adhere to other cells and to communicate to other cell and to the environment. So if we look at the structure here, this is phospholipid bilayer. Here is the polar component. This is the hydrophilic part. It is the polar part. It contains phosphate. This is the hydrophobic part. There is the non-polar part. That part is this part, and this globular part is the polar part. That is the hydrophilic part. And we got the sugar chains of glycolipid. Okay, it may be on the lipid, and we have also sugar may be connected to that of the protein. Okay, the purpose of this glycolipid, the protein component, is to communicate with the environment and some type of hormonal function, and the cellular function ins and out is also counted by the carbohydrate attached to the phospholipid or to the protein. Okay, so again, hydrophobic part, they don't like water. This part like the water. Okay, and we have the sugar chain of glycolipid that acts as an antenna, and it communicates with the environment, and it is the route through which the hormone act on the cell also. Okay, so if you go to the function again, we found that it has function. So the diffusion of material goes to the cell membrane, endocytosis, cellular intake of macromolecules or fluid. Okay, phagocytosis, the engulfment of the macromolecule. Pinocytosis means drinking of water or fluid part, endocytosis. That is the pinocytosis. We have another type of endocytosis, that is the receptor mediated endocytosis. So endocytosis, that means cellular intake. How about the cellular output or something coming out of the cell is the exocytosis. Cell signaling using receptor protein, often attaching to an enzyme. You have to remember that cell signaling, how it is done. It is done by a receptor protein, often attaching to an enzyme that may be the adenylate cyclase, okay, or kinase, like that. So, what are the highlights of the structure of cell membrane and its function. It is a fluid mosaic model, phospholipid bilayer. This part is the hydrophilic part, this part is the hydrophobic part. It contains membrane, integral membrane, protein membrane. There is connection of the carbohydrate to the protein or to the lipid. Membrane transport is an important part. Diffusion, active transport, and endocytosis, something getting inside the cell. It may be phagocytosis, just macromolecule, or maybe water, that is the pinocytosis, or maybe the surface receptor on the cell membrane that is internalized, that is also one type of endocytosis. Exocytosis, something coming out of the cell, and lipid raft, that is the area where the protein component is very much thickened. It goes laterally between the bilipid layer and it is less movable, and the lipid layer is rich there around the protein here. This part is called the lipid raft. And that's all about the histology of the cell membrane or plasma membrane. So please support my channel, share the information with your friends. If you have any question, please feel free to ask me, and please subscribe me. Have a nice day. Bye now.